Welcome to IB.
Alright, welcome back. So last meeting, we talked about the components of salaries and wages. So for today, we are going to compute the overtime pay, gross income, and net income. So let's recall. So as we all know, salary is a fixed amount per month, while wage is based on hours or days work. As for the gross income, these are the total earnings before deductions. Again, before deductions, while after all the deductions, the take-home pay is called net income. And in the overtime pay, as we all know, it is an extra compensation per work beyond normal. So let's start first the overtime formula. So the overtime formula, it will be the hourly rate times overtime hours and times the overtime rate. For example, here you have an hourly rate of 100 pesos. So the overtime hours, let's say that the overtime hours of yours is 5 and the rate of that is 1.20, but let's say it happens during regular work days. So we just need to multiply the hourly rate times overtime hours times overtime rate. So 100 pesos times 5 times 1.25 as our overtime rate. The answer is 625 pesos. Now, it's your turn. Would you mind to try this? Good for 15 seconds. Your timer starts now. Alright, time is up. Now, let's check your answers. So again, we have here an hourly rate of 200 pesos. So we need to multiply it by the overtime hours that you made, which is 5 times the rate, 1.30. So the answer is okay. So the answer is 1,300. Alright, now let's have the gross income. So when we say gross income, these are the total earnings before the deduction. So it includes all the bonuses, incentives, and so on and so forth. The formula in getting the gross income, it could be the basic pay plus overtime pay plus allowances plus bonuses. It depends on the situation. So let's have here an example. So let's say that you have a regular pay in your 20 days, which is 14,000 pesos, and you have an overtime pay in 4 hours, you have 437.50 pesos. And for the holiday pay, which is 1 day, let's say that you have it as 1,400. So for you to get the gross income, you just need to add all of this. So when we add them, you will have you will have 15,837.50 pesos. Now your turn. Would you mind to do this? Good for... It's quite hard. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Your timer starts now. "25 seconds." Okay, time's up. Alright, so here, the given daily rate is 700 pesos. Total working days is 22. It includes 20 regular working days and 2 days with overtime, 1 regular holiday work with overtime rate of 125%. And of course, the regular holiday pay rate, which is 200%. And we know that the workday will be 8 hours. So here, let's have first the regular pay for the step 1. So you work 20 days with 700 as your daily rate, so meaning you have a regular pay of 14,000 pesos. And for the overtime pay, you have an hourly rate. We can say that you have an hourly rate of 87.50. And first B setting the problem that you have 2 hours per day overtime. So in 2 days, right? And 2 days. Yeah. So meaning you have 4 hours overtime. And as we all know, your OT rate is 1.25. So let's say that it happens during regular working days. So you have 109.38 pesos per hour. So since you have an OT hours of 4, so you will have an OT pay of 437.50. Alright. And for the holiday pay, since you work during the holiday, you have a double pay, which is 1,400 pesos. For gross income, actually, in this activity, the gross income is this one. 15,837.50. And to add 14,000 pesos, 437.50, and 1,400. So let's do this one. Gross income. We have our basic pay. Again, gross income. Basic pay, which is 14,000 pesos, plus the overtime pay, 437.50, plus the holiday pay, the double pay, 1,400. So if you're going to add them, the answer is 15,837.50. So next, again, this is the table for the rate during holiday, overtime pay, and so on and so forth. This is the answer. And